So we will do a very quick review. So chapter 1, does anybody remember what was in chapter 1? Sorry, introduction. What was in introduction? Book fast, quick, whatever comes, so that we can.
To develop pure love of God, prima bhakti.
Wonderful. The definition of pure bhakti, right? Which is Śiva Prabhu or anybody?
Yes, Prabhu. Definition of devotional service.
Yeah, and what was that? Anya Bhilashita?
Sunyam
Sunyam
Jnana Anukulena Kṛṣṇa
Bhaktir
Uttam.
Uttamam, right? So free from desires, other desires, not covered by karma or jnana, and it should be favorably cultivated for the pleasure of Krishna. Okay? Okay. So that was chapter 1. So it set the ground. It starts with the definition of pure bhakti. Okay, just remember that's the introduction. Then what's the chapter 1? What it does?
The 6 characteristics of.
Very good. The 6 qualities of Uttama Bhakti. And so now, challenging question. Does anybody remember some of those 6?
Kleshagni.
Wonderful. Kleshagni. Gni. Okay, not Agni. Gni. Kleshagni. So that destroys the suffering. So when we are practicing the Uttama Bhakti, the first symptom, what will happen? The suffering are getting destroyed. Right? So Bhakti approves the sinful reaction, right? And the ignorance at the root. Okay, so that's what the initial symptoms are. And and before that, what will happen actually? See, when we are in the material world, and today I was hearing one of the lecture, and the Maharaj was telling that if it is going to rain, whether you are doing bhakti or not doing the bhakti, and you are standing outside, everybody is going to get wet. Is that true?
Yes.
Right? But devotee knows how to tolerate it. Okay, devotee knows how to tolerate it, and he knows that it will come in due course of time. It will go also into, and he or she will carry the umbrella. It knows it's going to rain, so let's carry the umbrella, which is their chanting, their focus, internally focusing on Krishna. So the outside things doesn't really matter. Okay, so Kleshagni, that was first. What was the second one?
Bestowing the auspiciousness.
Very good. Bring all auspiciousness, Shubda. Third, what was the third one?
Disregard for liberation.
Yeah, so moksha lagutkrita. Fourth was sudurlava, rarely attained. Fifth is
Manifestation of concentrated bliss.
Manifestation of what?
Concentrated bliss.
Okay, Sandara, yes, intentionally blissful.
Chandrananda
Yeah,
Visheshatma.
Yeah, intentionally blissful. And last one, Krishna Akarshini. What means? Tell me, this is what was the meaning of this?
Ability to attract Krishna.
Attract Krishna himself. So Krishna will getting pulled like he will just coming to the devotee, the pure devotee. He loves to love devotee. And but for that, the only criteria is our heart has to be pure. Once our heart is pure, he will just get pulled. It attracts Krishna. Okay, so there are 6 qualities. The first 2, Kleshagni and Shubda, are will start showing up as we are doing the sadhana bhakti and growing into sadhana bhakti ladder. Okay, other things happens in the little later stages. Okay, so that was introduction, pure bhakti, chapter 1, 6 qualities of pure bhakti. What was chapter 2? Yes,
chapter 2 is its practice. The practice of
practice. How? So what? Tell me a little bit more. What was in the practice? Hare Krishna Bri Mataji.
So practice about Vedi sadhana bhakti and.
Yeah. So how how to develop the bhakti? How does the bhakti develops? So it talks about the 3 stages, right? Sadhana. What is
Bhava.
next?
Bhava.
Bhava.
Bhava
Next,
and Prema.
Raganuga.
Prema.
Prema. Very good. Sadhana, Bhava, Prema. And then there are two paths within the sadhana, or you can say, seems like a two stages, two paths within the sadhana. So of course the sadhana, the one which we, the one, so there are two inclination for doing the sadhana bhakti. What are those?
One is instructions
Vaidi.
Vadi,
which
good,
are
which is
based
based on
on the
the,
scriptural instructions.
very good. And the second,
Rupanuga sadhana bhakti.
Raganuga, yeah. Who said
Raganuga.
Raganuga?
Raganuga
Yeah,
sadhana.
okay. Very good. Raganuga. And that is guided by the attraction for
Spontaneous
Krishna.
impotence. Yeah.
Yeah, greed,
Spontaneous.
spontaneous, right? So Vadi and Raganuga. So most devotee, they start from the Vadi and then they gradually move to the Raganuga. Okay. So that's what we talked about in chapter 2. Now chapter 3. What was the topic?
Qualifications.
Who is qualified for bhakti? So what is the qualification?
Attraction for devotional service.
But how that happens?
To say uh, causeless mercy of the devotee.
Causeless mercy.
Yeah.
Causeless mercy. And that leads to the service attitude, and that leads to more shraddha, means more faith on Krishna, and then this continue. It just goes in cycle. The faith is increasing, the more seva is going, the more seva is growing, the more faith is growing, and thus, and then one person is running on the path of bhakti. Okay, so that is the, and there is no other prerequisite for the renunciation or knowledge or purity. One can be anyone, maybe very sinful person, a murderer, any kind of a person, but they are eligible to practice the bhakti. Okay, as long as they have this causeless mercy from the devotee, and that has led them to the path of bhakti. Okay, so and then we also talked about the three different kind of categories of practitioner.
Yeah. Uttamadhikari, Madhyamadhikari, and Kanishthadhikari.
Kanishta. Okay, okay, all right. So see, the key takeaway of chapter 3 was that the bhakti begin with attraction, not perfection. I'll repeat it. Bhakti begins with attraction, not perfection. None of us are perfected, but we are all practicing bhakti. Hare Krishna Bhumika Mataji. So in summary, how we have evolved bhakti. So it starts with what is pure bhakti in introduction, and then the chapter 1 says what bhakti does, right? This quality is developed. And then how bhakti develops. The chapter 2 talks about how bhakti develops, and chapter 3 was who can practice bhakti. Okay. Now the central question is, if bhakti is so powerful and open to everyone, what kind of bhakti is the highest? So what kind of bhakti is the highest? And what do the greatest devotee actually want from Krishna? And that is chapter 4. So focus will be shifting from qualification to aspiration. Because now, what are the highest kind of devotee? Because that's exactly what we want to aspire for. Because if we aspire more, we will be running faster, right? So we are moving from it is going to bring a very important factor in our practice, which is desire. So we all have free will, but our free will is limited. But one thing which is Krishna doesn't interfere is our desire. Right? And that's what the devotees are going to use to really progress very fast. Okay, so chapter 4 will be talking about that. It will introduce prema bhaktas and to the worship of Govinda. Okay, and it will show why pure devotee reject. So because see, liberation is one of the things which many philosophers talks about. Even the people who say that if we are practicing bhakti, they also talk about liberation. right? For the non-Abrahamic, Abrahamic, non-Abrahamic, they will talk about the heaven and divine opulences. Okay, so why pure devotee reject all those stuff? So that's what will be talked in the chapter 4. It will talk about the rasa, how the uh, sweetness is the highest. Okay. So net again, before we jump into the chapter 4, introduction defines pure bhakti. Chapter 1 reveals its power. Chapter 2 and 3 explains how to enter into it. And chapter 4 will teach us what to desire. So I'll repeat. Introductions defines pure bhakti. Chapter 1 reveals its power. So now we are getting totally motivated. I learned the highest truth and I know what's its power. Now, chapter 2, 3, okay, you want it? How to enter into it. So we learned about those concepts. Sadhana bhakti, Vaidhi sadhana bhakti, Raganuga bhakti, right? Bhava, prema, all those things we talked about. Now, how to enter into it. Chapter 4 will teach us what to desire so that we can enter into it and we can be running very fast. Okay. So with that, let's move to chapter 4. Screen sharing. Cool. You can see my screen.
Yes, Prabhu.
Oh, okay. So here from the Bhakti Rasaamrita Sindhu, it is the chapter 2, verse 32, verse 59. And that is what's covered when Prabhupada wrote this summary version. That's what's covered in chapter 4. Okay. So chapter 4 name is Devotional Service Surpasses All Liberation. It's like surpasses is very specific word. It's just not above liberation. Surpass. The liberation is nothing in front of the devotional service, and we'll learn slowly. Okay. So of the Prema Bhaktas, worshippers of Govindas are the best. That's the theme. So let's read the translation. So here we 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So we can read, one devotee can read the first 4 and then the other devotee can read the next 4. So who would like to go first?
I'll start, Prabhu.
Start? Okay, Prabhuji. Prabhu reads little slowly, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Translation. Concerning this, Pṛthu also speaks, my dear Lord, I therefore do not wish to have the benediction of merging into your existence, a benediction in which there is no existence of the nectarian beverage of your lotus feet. I want the benediction of at least 1 million years, for thus I may be able to hear about the glories of your lotus feet from the mouths of your pure devotees.
Okay, so
In the
what is the key takeaway from this verse?
We should
so
not target for moksha, rather continue to be at the feet of Kṛṣṇa so that we serve for him.
Yeah, the important thing is hearing, right? So hearing is so the devotee, pure devotee, just want to hear about Krishna, and that gives them the lot of nectar, right? So what does the submitting to the lotus feet really means? We are not holding the feet, right? Right now, I don't see Krishna. How I'm holding the feet, right? So holding the feet is holding to his pastime, right? So and that starts from the beginning phase, starts from the hearing. So that's the practical understanding. Okay, yes, Prabhu. Next.
in the fifth canto, Shukam says, the king gave up everything that was difficult for others to give up. He gave up his kingdom, his wife, and his family. His opulence was so great that even the demigods envied it. Yet he gave up that wealth endowed with attractive glances. It was quite befitting for great devotees whose minds are attracted to the service of the enemy of the Madhu demon. Indeed, even liberation is considered insignificant for those whose minds are attracted to the loving service of the Lord.
Okay, so what is the key takeaway from here?
So, liberation is insignificant.
Okay, liberation is insignificant. That's definitely. And what else?
So, attraction for the Lord predominates with all the opulences.
Yes, it is way beyond the opulences and the attraction of this material and the liberation. So this verse is talking about that. Okay, Prabhu. Next verse.
Yeah. But about whom he is talking about, bro? Fifth canto means.
Yeah, this is the king gave of King Canto Sukha. I have to check, Prabhuji. Okay, I'll check. I'll find out.
Rishabhadeva, Prabhu.
Possible. Let
Rishabhadeva.
me check. Yeah, it's a series of the. Oh, it is. You're right. Most probably. Let me check. Okay, you continue.
Yes. In sixth canto, Vṛtrā says, O my Lord, source of all opportunities, I do not desire to enjoy in Dhruvaloka, the heavenly planets, or the planet where Lord Brahma resides. Nor do I want to be the supreme ruler of all the earthly planets, or the lower planetary systems. I do not desire the perfection of Ashtanga Yoga, nor do I want liberation if I have to give up your lotus feet. 6:11.
Okay, so so here the king is Bharat, King Bharat.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So all right. So
Okay.
and this, what is the key takeaway in this? What is who is about who it is talking about?
It is talking about in short, like last call we discussed the four people who approached God. I think it is describing all four. I think
But yeah, in the
Dhruvaloka,
sixth canto it says Vrita,
Vṛtrāsura, sir.
Vṛtrāsura. Okay, so Vṛtrāsura is talking about that. Okay, okay. Yeah, so he's telling, I do not desire to enjoy in Dhruvalok, the heavenly planet, nothing. Yes, as you're talking, and do not desire the perfection of Astanga Yoga. Okay, last, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Translation: Lord Shiva also speaks on this subject. Devotees solely engaged in the devotional service of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, never fear any condition of life. For them, the heavenly planets, liberation, and the hellish planets are all the same. For such devotees are interested only in the service of the Lord.
Very good. So, see the first three verse which we covered, um, which was from King Pṛthu, Bharata Mahārāja, Vṛtrāsura, right? All it talked about that the devotee reject the liberation, and they reject in lieu of service and remembrance of Krishna. The main what they are interested is the sweetness. Okay, sweetness for Krishna. So, so liberation removes suffering, but devotion preserve relationship. So I'll repeat. This is the real key takeaway. Liberation can remove suffering, but devotion preserves the relationship. So relationships, as per the summary of all the Vedanta Sutra, and especially from Srimad Bhagavatam, relationship is considered to be the highest, and that's what leads to pure love. So, and that from there we can learn that in our life we really want to grow in our bhakti. We need to respect each other. We need to love each other, right? We need to respect our relationship, whatever relationship we have, nurture it to the best of our ability. Okay, there will be a lot of challenges in our life in terms of the relationship not working and here and there, but whatever is working, we should be very thankful to Krishna for that, and we should learn from that, because that's what attracts the mercy of Krishna, how we deal with our relationships in our life. So devotee relationship primarily. Okay. And then about the Lord Shiva, right? So so what he's telling, devotees solely engage in the devotional service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayana, never fear any condition of life. For them, the heavenly planet, liberation, and the hellish planet are all the same. For such devotees are interested only in the service of the Lord, right? So it is so. Isn't this very? And this is, of course, this is coming from Lord Shiva, right? But we can also learn from some devotees that how devotees are willing to go to hell to serve Krishna. If Krishna want me to go to hell to serve him, then devotee will go, right? So exalted devotee, they say like that. For us, it's very hard to say, but for exalted, as the devotee's purity grows, that's what they think. So the service becomes the most important thing for the devotee. Okay? So in that case, the external condition really doesn't really matter. The service is there. Okay, next 4 words. Who would like to read? Hare
I
Krishna,
can
Priti
read.
Mataji. Go ahead. Go ahead, please, Jessica. Mataji. Yeah.
Translation. Concerning this, Indra has also spoken. Those who are interested only in worshiping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who do not desire anything material from the Lord and do not even want liberation, are expert at understanding what is most beneficial for themselves. Translation. In the 7th canto, Prahlāda speaks, nothing is unobtainable for devotees who have satisfied the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the cause of all causes, the original source of everything. The Lord is the reservoir of unlimited spiritual qualities. For devotees, therefore, who are transcendental to the modes of material nature, what is the use of following the principles of religion, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation, which are all automatically obtainable under the influence of the modes of nature? We devotees always glorify the lotus feet of the Lord, and therefore we need not asking for anything in terms of dharma, karma, artha, and moksha.
Okay, so
Translate.
this is coming from Prahlāda Mahārāja, right? And what are the key points from this verse?
That a devotee never asks Krishna for anything. They're satisfied with whatever they get.
Yeah, and not asking is they don't ask anything material. They ask, they desire Krishna's love. Please give me service. They desire that. They ask for that. Krishna, please involve me. In fact, our Hare Krishna Prabhupada, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Prabhupada translated, it is a call to please involve us in their service. Right? So devotee asks for only that, no material desire. Okay, Mataji, continue.
Among the devotees who are dedicated solely to serving the Lord in Prema, the devotees whose hearts have been stolen by Govinda are the best. Even the kindness of Narayana or other forms of Krishna cannot steal their hearts.
Wow. Okay. Now tell me what is the key takeaway?
That the most dedicated devotees can steal Krishna's heart, not even stolen by the demigods or Govinda.
Yeah, even the Narayana, they are not even attracted to Narayana, right? Or any other form of Krishna. So basically, what is telling, what is the difference between the Krishna and his other incarnation?
That is Krishna more loving?
It's the sweetest. Krishna is the
Most
sweetest. Yeah, even his pastime. See, this is the Purushottam this year, Purushottam month. This was a 13th month. You will learn this concept and we'll be celebrating that. For it happens every three years, and it's based on the lunar month cycle, right? So it's not a calendar like the sun. It's still 12 month, but within that, with the lunar calendar, there will be a 13 month, and in that month, it is dedicated to glorify his pastime as a makhanchor. Makhanchor means
Thief of
butter
butter.
butter thief.
Theft of butter
Butter
thief.
thief. Yes. So is his stealing is glorified, that you are the best thief, and the thief who can come and steal our heart, right? So even his pastime, like, so if anybody else is stealing, if I steal, people will come and slap me, maybe, right? And maybe I can put into the jail also, correct? But when Krishna steals, it becomes a subject of glorification. So he's so sweet that anything he does, he attracts. He just attracts. Narayana doesn't do that, right? Even though he's Krishna himself. Okay, so that's the reason it says that the devotees whose hearts have been stolen by Govinda. Govinda. So who is the lover of cow, right? He whose heart is who is the lord of um, sweetness, madhurya, right? So devotees' heart get attracted to them. He pulls their heart. Okay, last words.
Though the forms of Vishnu and Krishna are non-different according to the statements of scriptures, Krishna's form is shown to be superior because of his rasas, which are endowed, which the highest type of which the highest type of prima. The very nature of his rasa shows Krishna's form to be superior.
So what is the key takeaway from this verse?
Krishna is shown to be superior because of his rasas, which are the
Perfect.
highest.
Yeah, so sweetness is higher than power. So and that we can observe in our life. Let's say,
Wow.
yeah, so so let's say there are somebody is trying to, a girl who wants to looking for the love. There may be a rich person, and there can be a person who's very sweet and who wins the heart. And you'll see, even in the movies, the depiction that always used to be the case, in the at least in the olden movies, that the girl will go towards the boy who loves her more than the person who has a lot of money, right? Of course, these days the things are changing. In some cases, girls means the partner they find, look for, okay, where is the more potential for to grow rich, right? But in general, you see that people gravitate towards the sweetness of their partner. Similarly, in our relationship, we gravitate towards the sweetness. So, the sweeter form of Krishna, Krishna has many innumerable incarnation, right? The sweeter form of Krishna, which is Krishna himself, is, that's the reason is considered to be superior, right? So what is telling Krishna's supremacy is revealed not through power, but by his intimacy towards his devotee. Make sense? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's next devotee who would like to read.
I can read Prabhuji.
Go
Hare
ahead.
Krishna. Among the devotees who are dedicated solely to serving the Lord in prema, the devotees whose hearts have been stolen by Govinda are the best. Even the kindness of Narayana or other forms of Krishna cannot steal their hearts.
Just meditate on this. These are like a meditation verses, right? Even the kindness of Narayana, other form of Krishna, cannot steal their heart. All right. Please continue.
I repeatedly offer respects to Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, who gave joy to Devaki, who was the child of Nanda and satisfier of senses of the gopis.
Mataji, can you read the this particular verse? It's easy to
Sure,
read.
Prabhuji. Mhm.
Yeah.
Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaaya cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Now, why don't you recite line by line and we'll repeat it? Okay.
Okay, sure, Prabhuji. Yeah. Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya
Krishna
Vasudevaya
Vasudevaya
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Devaki
Ki
Nandanaya Cha
Nandayaya Cha
Nandagopa Kumaraya
Nandagopa
Nanda Gopa
Kumaraya
Kumaraya
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya Namo
Govindaya
Namaha.
Namano Namaha.
So this can be added as a prayer. And some of you like attracted. I have seen this verse being recited when Amrinder Prabhu was here. In every class, he would recite this prayer. So a lot of serious devotees, they have made this verse as a part of their prayer. And so Mataji, can you read the meaning again?
Sure, Prabhuji. Usually Bhagavatam class we read this, Prabhu, before starting the
Yeah,
class. Yeah.
yes, yes. Yeah.
I repeatedly offer respects to Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, who gave joy to Devaki, who was the child of Nanda and satisfier of the senses of the gopis. The word Shirsha means the Lord of spiritual sky. Narayana also includes Krishna in his form as the Lord of Dwarka.
So here Govinda means Lords of Gopis, also means the deity of Rupa Goswami, and of course we know that is a pleasure giver to cow and senses, right? So and Govinda Namo Namaha, most fortunates are the gopis. So that's what he said, the most fortunate are the gopis. Okay.
Do you want me to continue, Prabhu?
Yes, Mata, you read this also.
Though the forms of Vishnu and Krishna are non different according to the statements of the scripture, Krishna's form is shown to be superior because of his rasas, which are endowed with the highest type of prema. The very nature of his rasas shows Krishna's form to be superior.
So see, these verses are basically answering one question. So the why do Lakshmi, Uddhava, and the queens of Dwarika and all the sages aspire for the love of gopis? So you'll see, and so if you're whoever Miss Bhagavatam class, this is the common topic which happens, right? Uddhava is sent by Krishna to go and tell them that, oh, I'll be coming and teach them. And when he goes, he sees their love and he says that what I'm going to teach them, I have to learn from them, right? So and of course Lakshmi Devi, they want to go to the rasa dance. Queens of Dwarika, when they heard, and this is the story, right? When the queen when the when it was being narrated, Subhadra is narrating the love of the gopis to the queen of Dwarika. Then what happens? Does anybody know about that story? What happens to Krishna and Balram?
Their eyes that became open, like big,
Yes,
and their thrones.
that's the story of Jagannath and Baldev. That's the form of Jagannath got developed. Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, the form which we see, because when they heard that love of gopis, they became like that, right? So all these verses are answering those questions why the love of gopis is most endeared. Okay, so because the prema, highest prema, and as we are going along, we'll see more. Okay, so next devotee can read now.
The
Anybody else?
queens of the oh
Jessica Mataji, just let's give if
okay.
anybody else would like to read.
Okay.
Mrunalini Mataji, Bri Mataji, Bhumika Mataji, any of you would like to read? No pressure if you can't.
My
Just
voice is not supporting Prabhu this
oh
week.
no, don't worry, Mataji, don't worry. Okay, take care. Thank you for joining, even though you are not well. Bri Mataji, Bhumika Mataji, would you like to, or you are busy? Right, means you are not at a place where you can read.
Yeah, I cannot read Prabhuji. I'm
Okay, that's
cooking
fine.
alongside.
Okay,
Sorry.
okay. So just and Bri Mataji.
She says she's driving.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
driving. Okay. Jessica Mataji, you read. Okay.
Okay, Hare Krishna. The queens, other than the principal 8 queens who were satisfied with their relationship with Krishna, describe the supreme attractiveness of Krishna's form during the pilgrimage to Kṛṣṇa. O saintly woman, we do not desire domain over the earth, the sovereignty of the King of Heaven, unlimited facility for enjoyment, mystic power, the position of Lord Brahm, immortality, or even attainment of the kingdom of God.
Okay, continue.
Of the Prima Bhaktas, worshippers of Govinda are the best. We simply desire to carry on our heads the glorious dust of Lord Krishna's feet, enriched by the fragrance of kumkuma from his consort's bosom.
Okay, so this is anybody would like to tell little story about this, where the Krishnas are gopis are carrying on their heads the dust of Lord Krishna feet. There's a beautiful story which says that why the gopis are the greatest. Anybody knows that
Yes,
story?
Prabhuji. Yes,
Go ahead.
yes, Prabhuji. When one time Krishna was sick, and then Narad Muni came to visit him and asked him, "How can I help?" And he said, "Find me the dust of my most devoted devotee." And so when Narad Muni went around and asked, I believe, Rukmini Devi first, and she said, no, I cannot give it. How can I give dust of my feet for my Lord? Same way he went to different devotees. But when he went to gopis, they were so readily ready to give the dust. It's like, if this helps our Krishna, take it, take it. We don't mind whatever, consequences there is, but take the dust of our feet.
Okay, so Mataji summarized beautifully. So of course the story is much longer. Right? I mean, because Krishna is having the and this is the pastime because he wanted to prove the point, right? That who is the greatest devotee. So and so he said that I'm having a severe headache, and only way for my cure is to have the dust of the my best devotee, right? And then as Bhumika Mata said, the Queen of Dwarika said no, right? How, we will get the sin. He's our God, whatever, right? Then all the other sages, everybody said that, oh no, we don't want any sin. No, how can we give? Like they were very humble, right? And they were just worried that how come they can give the dust? But then gopis, gopi said, really, we don't care. That even didn't occur to them that they are going to get the sin. They said, oh, the the dust of my feet, and they started digging with their bangles. So and they started digging with the bangles and whatever they can get, and they digged just not little. They filled the whole cart. They take it to Krishna, right? And that's how uh, uh, the story of Chandan, the tilak which we put. That's how that's how it became the Chandan. So a devotee put that tilak, though that is that was started by gopis, right? So that's the dust. So it is the glorification of gopis, is the glorification of the dust of Vrindavan also. Okay, it's a beautiful story. Yes,
Prabhuji, we call it Gopi Chandan, right, Prabhu?
Gopi Chandan. Yes, Gopi
Yes.
Chandan.
Mm-hmm.
Now you know the story of Gopi Chandan. All right, Jessica Mataji, continue.
We desire the same contact with the Supreme Lord's feet that the young woman of Raja, the aubergine Pulinda woman near the grass, and the coward boys tending the cows desire the touch of the dust.
Yeah, so this Aborigine Pulinda women. So means these are the women. They're not modern women. If they are like cowherd women. Like they don't have any style and they don't like decorating the like a modern women. So they are very ordinary, simple women. But what they desire Krishna's dust. That's all they desire, right? And that's what attract Krishna. Of course these women are very beautiful, by the way, right? They are because they are Krishna's eternal friend. They're very beautiful, But in the past time, they are very ordinary girls, very ordinary girls. Okay, one next devotee, if you would like to read. Go ahead, Shiva Prabhu or Preeti Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu. The scriptures describe the desire of Lakshmi, most famous among women, but even she was not qualified according to Kaliya's wives. O Lord, we do not know how the serpent Kaliya has attained this great opportunity of being touched by the dust of lotus feet. For this end, the goddess of fortune performed austerities for centuries, giving up all other desires and taking austere vows.
So this is story is coming from the
Kaliya Nartam.
yeah, in the Kaliya's dance. What happens?
Krishna put his lotus feet, imprint footprints of his lotus feet would form on the hoods of Kaliya.
Yeah. So what is saying? Krishna was jumping in on the hood of Kaliya so much, right? Is touching his feet, right? And that is being praised. That wow, look. And so of course Kaliya is getting hurt, but see the the other way that he's getting so much of mercy from Krishna's lotus feet. And for that, Lakshmi Devi, who everybody wants Lakshmi Devi because everybody wants the opulence, she is taking so much of a vow and austerity to get the that dust from the Krishna's lotus feet, right? So she's doing so much of austerity, and that Kalia just got like right. So his so it is glorifying the attainment of lotus feet and the lotus dust from Krishna is the highest. And that's what the gopis of Vrindavan look for. They don't want anything else. And that is the highest. Okay, continue, Prabhu.
Uddhava has also said the same thing. The goddess of fortune herself, along with Lord Brahma and all other demigods who are masters of yogic perfection, can worship the lotus feet of Krishna only within her mind. But during the Rasa dance, Lord Krishna placed his feet upon these gopis' breasts, and by embracing those feet, the gopis gave up all distress.
Right. So if you read, so now whenever it's talked about Gopi's breast, people think, oh, seems like a love of the young boy and a girl. But this is not how this needs to be looked. This is the and that's the reason Canto 10 people say that we don't approach Canto 10 directly like that. One need to read Canto 1 to Canto 9, and that will give the purity because Canto 10 in the past time can become very esoteric. Okay, so it is just showing that how much Gopi didn't care about their body, right? They say that our everything belongs for Krishna's pleasure, whatever he wants. So that's the desire. It's not the desire for them to enjoy, right? If a girl is being touched by a boy, probably girl is also going to enjoy a lot, right? But in this case, the gopis are telling Krishna, we are yours. So this is the highest kind of love. So so here what we know from all the stories summaries, Queen also wanted to become gopis. Huh? Uddhava wanted to become gopis. Lakshmi wanted to become gopis. They all wanted to have the intensity of the love of gopis, not the form of love. Okay. So the what is the essence? If I take all the essence, it is talking that if we want the intensity of love, we have to follow in the footstep of gopis. And that's exactly what our parampara, our succession, like the Vaishnav parampara that we belong, Gaudiya Vaishnava parampara, that's exactly what it focuses on. The intensity follow in the footsteps of the gopi. So that's the intensity. Okay, Mataji, Priti Mataji, if you can read this last paragraph.
Sure, Prabhuji. By analyzing each verse, we see countless ways that devotional service far surpasses liberation. What to speak of ordinary material opulence? One who has bhakti has no room for any other desires. This further clarifies the super excellence of Uttama Bhakti and inspires us to eliminate anarthas that impede the awakening of our pure devotion. The Atma Rama verse, which is the final reference in this series, clearly establishes the devotee's superiority over the jnani or karmi. Just as the previous verse established the devotee's superiority over the jnani or karmi, the remaining verses establish the superiority of the Vrindavan devotees over all other devotees of the Lord. Srila Prabhupada says, out of many kinds of devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the one who is attracted to the original form of the Lord, Krishna in Vrindavan, is considered to be the foremost, first class devotee. Such a devotee is never attracted by the opulences of Vaikuntha or even of Dwarka.
Thank you. So that completes chapter 4. So if I request you to summarize this chapter, what would you say?
Uh, we are crowning the devotional service among all the process of bhakti.
We are sorry, what is we are?
We are crowning the devotional service, Prabhu.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so devotional service is highest. Okay, that's one takeaway. Good. What else?
And
Mm, the love to like the devotional love towards Krishna can is the highest. That's how the gopis love is, and everybody wants to get that. So we have to follow the discipline succession for that.
Yes, so the love. So if we really want to, so to learn anything, we have to get a mentor, right? So our mentor is of the very high class. Who is our mentor?
Srila
The
Prabhupada.
guru.
So of course, Prabhu, I hear from this gopis, right? Of course, Prabhupada and everybody, they all follow that, and that's what they are trying to teach us, right? But the gopis, so the mood of gopis. So we all want to follow in the footsteps in the mood of gopis, and because we don't, you know, to understand the gopis' love, it takes a lot of cleaning and a lot of explanation. Until that happens, we hear our teachers, our guru, in this case Srila Prabhupada and his disciples who become a guru. We hear them, we understand them because they are following on the footsteps of the gopis. Okay, so your answer is also correct. But here, from this perspective, we should know that we are working on the highest form of love, which is the love of gopis in Vrindavan, right? Not even the love of Dwarika, because the queen of Dwarika also didn't want that, and Vaikuntha, where all the opulences exist, don't want that, right? So in conclusion, so here I have written one line. Chapter 4 teaches us that the perfection of bhakti is not freedom from suffering, but loving absorption in Govinda. Because see, why sometimes people want to go look for the God because they want to get rid of our suffering, and that's the reason people are looking for the liberation. That as long as I am in this world, there will be suffering. So let me find something, and then some go and practice Buddhism because Buddhism is all negation, that okay, all this relationship, so it's a negation of all this relationship, because ultimately what they are trying to get to the peace, right? So that's, but here what this is telling, that there's no need of negating anything. Only one thing what we need to do, we need to add love of Krishna, and then it's going to make everything very sweet. So like in the vegetables, when we add the chili, everything become very chili, right? Like even little chili can make everything very hot. But Krishna's love is so potent that little love of Krishna will make all the chilies of the world very sweet. So that's the chapter 4. The focus is, if I have to summarize this chapter 4 in one word, what do you think? One word summary.
Follow the gopis.
Okay, so your
And
one word summary can be gopis. I'm just saying one word,
gopis,
right?
yeah.
So gopis, okay, good.
Gopis, yeah.
Yeah, all answers are good. Okay, so that's fine. I'm just saying one word. Okay. Shiva Prabhu, what's your one word?
Devotion service, Prabhu.
Oh, that's two word. Okay, service.
Oh,
Oh, I'll take that.
service.
Service. Okay, that's qualified. Yeah, means okay, that's fine. Good. Um, um, Priti Mataji, what's your word?
So, Prabhu, you said one word, it's difficult, but I was thinking Gopi Prema.
Okay, prema. Say prema.
Yeah,
Okay,
Prema. Yeah.
prema, prema. All right. Bhumika Mataji, your one word.
One word would be love, but if I'm allowed two words, then unconditional love.
Okay, good, very good. And Mrinali Mataji, you want to say something? One word.
Madhurya.
Madhurya. Okay, wonderful. Madhurya. And Bri Mataji, one word.
Selflessness.
Selflessness. Okay. I was looking, somebody will say Govinda. So
Okay.
because it talks so much about Govinda. Okay, so my word is Govinda. Govinda.
Oh,
So that concludes chapter 4. Okay, so next week we'll start chapter 5. Thank you very much for joining. Any final takeaways, comments, anything?
Lovely explanation,
this-
Prabhu. Thank you for calling me.
This is all Prabhupada mercy and our Rupa Goswami. He's a Rasacharya. Yes, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for joining. In spite of you being so sick, you joining, that shows your commitment and your love for Krishna. You get well soon. Get well soon. So we will meet on Friday, 6 to 7. All right?
One request,
Yes,
if you can post, since I was driving and I can hear again the
of course,
the lecture
of
better.
course, of course, of course. I'll try to post. If I can do it in today, I will try to do that. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Sure, sure.
Thank you.
Haribo,
Thank you,
Haribo,
Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Haribo,
Krishna.
Haribo,
Hare Krishna.
Haribo, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.